This latest cut to funding coming from the province, according to Mayor Olivia Chow. She says Ontario will be allocating just under $8 million to Toronto under the Canada-Ontario Housing Benefit next year. Now that's a stark decrease from the nearly $20 million it gave the city in 2025.
This means the single most effective tools to free up shelter spaces, to take people off the streets and into homes, are being undermined by other levels of government because they're not stepping up.
The Canada-Ontario Housing Benefit, or COB, subsidizes rent, allowing those in shelters to move into rental housing more quickly and therefore free up space in the shelter system. News of the reduction comes on top of the latest refugee shelter funding offer from Ottawa, which leaves the city $107 million short of what's needed this year.
We can either stop sheltering refugees claimants, leave them on the street, which will make homelessness worse, or Torontonians will have to pay for it through their property taxes. Neither is fair.
We've already served people assuming that money would be there by the end of the year. So there's an immediate problem going forward. We'll have a big problem in 2026 every time there is a surge, and there will be surges.
The mayor says next year Toronto will be short about $153 million in total as a result of the cuts. She estimates that a property tax increase of about 3% would be needed to cover the gap, though she and the city's budget chief stressed that they want to avoid it and would rather both levels of government step up.
When our shelter system is bursting at the seams, that affects our transit system, it affects our libraries, it affects our parks. It also means that we have to make cuts in other parts of the city budget to fill in the hole the federal government has created.
Advocates also spoke at today's executive committee meeting, warning of the potentially deadly consequences of funding cuts.
I could not picture the federal government doing something that they know guarantees a negative outcome. So it shocked me, it disappointed me.
Refugees are always a federal responsibility, and the fact that they're foisting this on the city and frankly on citizens like myself who will absolutely provide relief to people if that's needed, that's egregious.
Now, we did receive a statement for the spokesperson for the province's housing minister, who says in part funding from the province through the Canada-Ontario Housing Benefit, including for Toronto, is calculated each year through a standard formula. That formula is unchanged and our investment remains whole. She also adds that no household currently receiving COB support will lose funding if they remain eligible. At City Hall, Erica Natividad, City News.